So yeah, I watched The Reckoning. I wasn't in a rush to watch it, but I had nothing else to do because if you're my age, we lived through it, okay? We lived through the whole thing, okay? So we were there. Boom, 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 okay? We cried when, Tupac passed away and everything. Like we were there. Um so basically a lot of the stuff we already knew, but it just solidified a lot of stuff. The reckoning solidified a lot of stuff. Like for instance, when Tupac first got pewed, we already knew what it was because we saw it on television, right? We saw who walked out of the building, okay? And the main question, which was also on the reckoning, was who the flip but them knew Tupac was going to be there, okay? And so that's what led to the whole, diss track and everything like that. And just watching it, it takes you all the way back. And we knew how serious this was, okay? What I did not know, this is what I did not know. I did not know that Notorious B.I.G. was that much a pawn. That's what I did not know. I was a big Tupac fan. I was a huge Tupac fan. Okay, huge. All right. So Notorious B.I.G. not so much. I liked a couple of his songs, right? Um, so when I watched it, like I didn't follow Notorious B.I.G. that much, okay? Um, but when I watched it, I was like, are you kidding me? Like I had no idea that Notorious B.I.G. gave him so much pushback. He gave Diddy so much pushback about where he wanted to be and everything, but he just went along with it. He continued to go along with everything that he was saying, like go along with it. And, that's one thing I didn't know. But I did conclude way back in the day that it has Notorious B.I.G.'s death was tangled into it. Because what? Why are you over there, BIG? Why are you over there? So I knew that was some shady stuff, okay? Um what else is there that I did not know? Of course I did not know about these until recently. Back in the day I had no idea about all those parties and stuff. I don't live in New York and I don't live anywhere near where Diddy would have been, okay? Um I'm sure there's a lot of people there that knew it. I didn't know it. I didn't know um about how disgusting, like by the third episode of The Reckoning, I didn't know how disgusting. But yeah, it's very disgusting. Very. I think it was the third episode. Very disgusting. Very explicit, very disgusting things that were going on in The Reckoning, the Diddy Reckoning. Very bad, very evil stuff. But as far as the homicides and stuff that surrounded him, yeah, we already knew that. We already knew that. By the time, let me see. Oh yeah, in his reality show, watched those. Had absolutely no idea about what's her name, Aubrey O'Day. I had to look it up real quick. Aubrey O'Day. I remember because it was such a long time ago. I remember, but I would have never. That was one thing I did not know had allegedly happened to her. No idea. I was watching the show. I watched the show. I had no idea that was no earthly idea. I couldn't even see it through the screen. I had no idea. So, yeah, I had no idea that happened to Aubrey O'Day and the alleged sexual assaults because according to her, she had no idea that it happened, but somebody said they saw it. Yeah. But there was a lot of stuff like people really enabled his behavior, really, really, really enabled his filthy behavior. I ain't gonna lie. I got sick. By like I think it was that third episode, I was ready to vomit. I was ready to vomit from the stuff I heard, because there's one episode that really goes into those parties and stuff such and such you would have, and there was a male, I'm gonna say male escort or something like that, that participated, and he was talking about what was going down. I wanted to hurl right in my living room. Just disgusting. So now there's a cease and desist from um Diddy, I guess from his lawyers or whatever. They sent a cease and desist to Netflix to take it down and stop airing it. And of course, this whole thing is executively produced by 50 Cent. Um, so there, so there's another tie-in. We already know what that's about, but like, yeah, I don't know, you guys. Like, I doubt it's gonna get taken down, but in case it does get taken down, you probably want to go watch it, especially if you weren't there. If you weren't there, if you one of the new breeds that weren't there, and you just going to fill in the blanks. Well, yeah, because for a long time, I didn't even believe Tupac was gone. For a long time, I didn't believe Tupac was gone. I just, Machiavelli. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe he was gone. But yeah, by the last episode, you will hear the full tape. If you haven't heard some of it already, you will hear the full tape of what exactly happened from the one who executed Pac. Yeah. And then you are going to hear some of the background, and you're going to see video. What happened when Big got taken out too. So, but overall, I think it's a must watch, so you can see how Bad Boy unfolded. Some of the various talent that came out of Bad Boy, such as Mary J. Blige and Jodeci. Jodeci, like I remember I was living in Louisiana when Jodeci hit. Oh my gosh, I love Jodeci. And Mary, I was back up in my home state when she hit. And I just remembered, I know exactly where I was when this music dropped. I know exactly, that's how involved it was. You just had to been there. You just had to been there. You know exactly where you were when stuff was going on. That's how hard music hit back then. And watch it. You'll find some stuff out that you may not know. Some people were really more involved with it. But yeah, it's some stuff. It's some stuff right there. We're gonna see what happens. Go watch it just in case, but I doubt it's gonna get pulled.